Hi peeps, welcome to Gargar's Man Cave on a cold and frosty December morning. Decided to get one of these heaters that you can fit that run on red diesel. So today's going to be a little short one on the installation. To start off with, let's have a quick look where it's going. This is the only outside wall I've got, so this area down here is going to be cleared out of all the bits and pieces. At the moment there's got a rack behind where I keep a lot of drawings, so I have to find somewhere else for them. But it's all going to fit underneath there, nice and neat. And let's start on with the installation. First off, clear it all out. I'm not going to bother showing people, it's just going to be a short video. First bit of progress made, that's all the junk out of the way. Now to remove the infrastructure. Nice clean working area for it to fit into. Next step is to lay it all out on the wall. It's a bit of a snag. The pipe that comes is actually a little bit too small to fit over the fuel pump, and there's a correct size. It's quite a bit bigger. The yellow pipe is actually 4.2mm inside diameter, and it fits nicely on the various parts. The fuel filter. So I've had to order a replacement pipe. Outside, I follow the advice of various people on YouTube to give the exhaust a bit of a downward slope to ensure that any condensation flows out and doesn't sit there and corrode it. And the inside setup, I've got 5 litres of fuel in there, room for another 5. Just notice I've got to put the top back on, the vents pointing that way, which is where any draft would come through, so it'll be a warm draft. Space over the side there is for the power supply when it comes. Got the live and neutral ready. And I've just got to make a little hole in a bit of pipe, a bit of plate to fill that hole in. I've got some rock wool which should make a very good insulation to go around it, stop any drafts or anything coming through as well. So far so good. And it's now the Saturday morning. Got up this morning, came out, turned the heater on and went back in. Got breakfast, had a cup of tea. It was 0 degrees when I turned it on in the garage or the workshop. Temperature now after half an hour is just over 10 degrees, about 10 and a half. The noise you can hear in the background is the noise from the burner and the fan. Yeah, it's quite comfortable. I'm in short sleeve t-shirt. It's not tropical in here, but it's actually quite nice because when you start working away and making things, you tend to get a bit warm. So I'm very impressed. It's used probably about this. I put a line on the tank when I first turned it on, and I shall show you. There's the line when it first started. It's gone down about a centimetre, which I think is about 0.2 of a litre. Seems quite good. I put 5 litres of proper diesel in it. Next week, when this place is open and I'm not working, I'm going to pop down to the red diesel supplier, and I'll put another 5 litres in. So how easy was it to fit? Yeah, very easy. It went in with no great problems. The only issue I had was the fuel pipe issue, and that was quite easy to rectify. They don't come with a power supply. They're designed to fit into lorries and vans and coaches and boats and caravans, etc., which tend to have a 12 volts battery supply. So that's what they're designed to run off. I went on to that rather large internet site that sells things. Not going to advertise them, but they're named after a river. And purchased a 10 amp one. By everything I've read and everything I've seen, they need at least 8 amps, which is basically for the glow plug. So I got a 10 amp one, fits in nicely. I've been quite impressed with it so far. All the reviews I've read on them say they last quite well. They say not to run them at a too low a temperature. You can actually turn the settings down on them to run them at a low temperature, because they clog up, they soot up. I'm quite happy to run mine on the maximum temperature, get the place nice and warm, and then if necessary turn it off. Can always put it back on again later. But the other thing to remember is also when you turn it off, don't just turn the power off. Use the off button on the controller. I'll show you the controller now. Here's my controller. As you see, there's an on-off button. When you press that, it doesn't automatically just turn it off. It doesn't go off straight away. It goes into a shutdown cycle. The purpose of that shutdown cycle is to allow the unit to purge itself almost of bits and pieces. So that's the end of this workshop waffle. I've decided what I'm going to call these workshop waffles. Little short videos, just on a simple subject. Nothing too drastic, nothing too heavy. And time for a cup of tea. Cheers everyone, speak soon.